Welcome to 2x. Today we are going to discuss about the most important 30 MCQs from The World is Too Much with Us by William Wordsworth. Today we are not going to discuss about the poem as I know that or I think that most of you or all of you have already read the poem, and I'm directly proceeding to the MCQ section. So before going to the MCQs, you can just have a look over the screen that I have a Telegram channel, an Android app, and SLST English a portal, that is www.englishslst.online. This is a website, and those who are interested about online preparation, you can log into the website through your Google Chrome or through your uh, mobile phone, and you can easily practice their mock tests, MCQs, and get study materials, practice sets, practice papers, and various informations, Bengali meaning, video analysis, each and every details necessary for the West Bengal School Service exam you can get there, and exactly for the English subject. So let's proceed to the MCQ section. Today's first MCQ is the poem "The World is Too Much with Us." We know that the poem "The World is Too Much with Us" contains 14 lines, and William Wordsworth's "The World is Too Much with Us" is a sonnet, and a 14-line poem is a sonnet, undoubtedly. But this sonnet contains two paragraphs. The first paragraph consisting of 8 lines, which is known as octave, and the second part is a sestet. We know that a sestet is a combination of 6 lines. So a sonnet, typically a Petrarchan sonnet is Italian sonnet originally, and this type of sonnets have two paragraphs, which is known as octave, means 8 lines, and sestet means 6 lines. So next, proceed to the next MCQ. The poem was published in, we know that this one, or the poem is a superb specimen of romantic literature or romantic poem by William Wordsworth, and most probably it was published after the 805, and it was published in 807. Next, the poem laments or speaks about what? The poet or the poem laments the withering connection between humankind and nature. Once upon a time, there was a profound connection between humankind and nature, but in course of time, this connection withered, and the poem laments over it. So next, proceed to question number or MCQ number 4. I'm sorry for the introductory comment that I'm giving you MCQs. Actually, though I told you that these are MCQs, these are not actually MCQs, these are one-liner study materials, and I have omitted the other 3 options. As we know, this will unnecessarily lengthen or make the video lengthy, which will consume time and energy. So in order to save time and energy, I have just give you the right answer or right option. Okay, so go with the content. Next, the poem blames industrial society for replacing. The answer is the connection between man and nature with material pursuits. There was there was a strong connection between man and nature. But in course of time, or nowadays, we have been loitering after, we have been pursuing after the material goals or worldly possessions, and the poem blames the industrial society, blames the sophisticated modern society for this. And now there is hardly a deep communication between man and nature. Instead, instead, a rat race for material pursuits is prevailing all over. So let's proceed to next question. Wordsworth wrote, "The world is too much with us." During, we know this was written after the or during the first industrial revolution in Britain. Next, the poem does not suggest a way to regain what is lost. I mean, the poet does not suggest a way to regain what is lost. What is lost? The connection between humankind and nature. The connection is lost, and the connection was prevailing between humankind and nature. Next question. The tone of the poem is desperate, arguing that, yeah, the answer is humankind's original relationship. The poem argues humans' original relationship with nature, and the poet argues that this can never be revived. The poem first presents laws in the economic sense and implicitly blames what? Urban life. The poem blames urban life for what? For the change in people's relationship with nature, for withering the connection between man and nature. So here is a look of the Android app I have created for you. Just have a look over it, and I will proceed to the next MCQ section. The poem encourages the reader to think about the right answer is spiritual world more than the earthly world. Next, MCQ number 10. The poem is written in iambic pentameter. Most of the lines are written in iambic pentameter. Next, the rhyme scheme of the poem. The rhyme scheme of the poem, the world is too much with us. Here the right answer is A B B A A B B A. This is for octave, and C D C D C D. This is for sestet. So overall, the rhyme scheme is A B B A A B B A C D C D C D. Next, the central idea of the poem. What is the central idea of the poem? To live in harmony with nature and appreciate it. The peaceful coexistence of nature and humankind. MCQ number 13. What does the poet call a sordid boon? Sordid boon. What does the poem mean by the term sordid boon? Here the right answer is loss of harmony with nature, with our increasing materialistic demands. Our materialistic demands are increasing day by day, and it is becoming it has become more prevalent nowadays, and it has kept aloof the harmony which once prevailed between man and nature. MCQ number 14. The term sordid used in the poem means. Here the literal meaning or the synonyms for the term, for the word, actually it's a word, a term also has been asked. So here the right answer is shameful. The meaning of the term sordid is shameful. MCQ number 15. In the sestet, the poet wished to be a pagan. 16. Why does Wordsworth choose the pagan world in his poem? Here the right answer is they were close to nature. The first reason, or one of the reasons, not the first, the second I'm speaking any consecution or respective nature, but one of the reasons they were close to nature, and the other reason is they knew how to respect and cherish nature. Next, mention the name of the mythological god who can take many shapes. Here the right answer is Proteus, the mythological god who can take different shapes. MCQ number 18. According to the poem, the mythological god Triton looks like a merman. Next, identify the figure of speech in the given sentences. The world is too much with this. Look at the sentence. The world is too much with this. Here the figure of speech is alliteration, repetition of the same sound. So those who are interested to learn or interested to have a look over figure of speech, or want to learn about figure of speech, you can follow my channel, as I have already made a video and I have not published it, and it will be published very soon. Next, the sea that bears its bosom to the moon. This is also here the instruction is identify the figure of speech. Here the figure of speech is the main root word that I just want to have a look over is how bosom to the moon. Hence metaphor. Sorry, the sea that bears her bosom is personification. The sea is doing something, just like the attribution of human entities or human entity has been applied upon the sea. So the sea has been personified here. So this is an example of personification. Next, we have given our hearts away. Here the figure of speech is metaphor. Next, the poet Wordsworth wants to become a pagan, to worship gods of nature, to worship nature. 23. According to Wordsworth, man's attitude to nature is now indifferent. Of indifferent, that means lacks interest. They're indifferent about the connection with nature, and they're leading a life just aloof from the natural world. The title of the poem, The World is Too Much With Us, means that man has become too much attached to the material world. It moves us not. It moves us not. This extract is taken from the poem, and here the question is, what does not move us? Here the right answer is the beauties of nature. The beauties of nature does not move us, according to the poem and poet. Question number 26. What does the poet mean by the world in the first line? World, earthly possessions or worldly possessions. MCQ number 27. Who is a pagan according to the poet? A non-Christian. A pagan is a person who is not generally a Christian, and according to Wordsworth, a non-Christian is a pagan. Here, sordid boon refers to sordid boon. I have already mentioned sordid boon in a question. Okay, let's repeat it. It refers to extreme greed, and that was a literal meaning of sordid. Here, sordid boon refers to extreme greed or lust for possessing material things, or too much engagements with material possessions. The poem compares the wind. Here is a comparison, and the associated object is wind, and wind has been compared to sleeping flowers. So keep in view this comparison. Next, last but not the least, what does the sea give to the moon? Her bosom. So these were today's presentation. And again, I just like to say you that I have a Telegram channel, SLST English SSC Online, and I have already give the link for the channels in the description box. So those who are interested, you can join. And here, look at SLST English and BT Online. This is the Android app. I have already show you the screenshot of which. And the last but not the least, SLST English portal. Those who don't want to have an Android app and those who interested to practice mock tests, MCQs, different types of study materials from their computers, but computers as well as mobile phones, they can log in without any password, without any login details to the website www.englishslst.online. So thank you for watching the video. I hope today's session will help you to explore more fully the poem and to explore the concept of the poem in a brief way or informative way. So thank you very much. Thank you again for watching the video.